Hey everybody, this is Mike from Get Your Rock Out. I am here at Ruby Lounge in Manchester with the man who is pulling me ever closer towards him.
Better, man. Come on, there you go.
The one and only lead singer of Fozzy, Chris Jericho. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great here in this illustrious production office. There's a Xerox machine in the corner if you need to make any copies. And there's a bunch of posters over here that we can sell at merch probably if we sign them. They're not our posters, but you never know. You might be able to sign it. We might be able to sign a Orphan Boy poster with Chris Jericho's signature on it and sell it for £5. You never know.
Yeah. Unique memorabilia items. This is a show being put on in production with HXC Wrestling, who's a company based in Manchester. Have you had a chance to check them out? Have you seen what they do?
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean? I didn't know that they're promoting this show.
Yeah, it's in conjunction.
Oh, great. Well, that's good to hear. I didn't know. Thank you, HXC. What is it?
HXC.
Hey, thank you, HXC Promotions.
Yeah. Breaking all the exclusives here. So, how are you finding the UK in this run? Then you've been here several times now. You've played Donington. You've played the home of heavy metal festivals in this country. I saw you guys at Bloodstock a couple of years ago. I really liked the anarchic old school vibe a bit. I believe at the end the bass amp got picked up and just thrown right off stage. How do you find the UK in general?
You turn left at Greenland, or turn right at Greenland, to paraphrase John Lennon. Yeah, I mean, we love the UK. It's always been kind of a second home for us. I think we've been coming here for 10 years or 9 years, one of the two. I believe it might even be 10. And from the first show we ever had here, which was in Nottingham, people just embraced the band, and we've always done great crowds here. We have a great fan base for so many years because we're the type of band that, well, twofold. We have a vibe on stage like Van Halen in 1979. It's all about having a good time. We want people to have fun. And sometimes at a rock show, that's a dirty word. We want people to jump up and down and clap their hands and chant 1, 2, 3 and show their boobs, whether they're girls or guys. We don't care. And that's infectious, and people like that, especially people in the UK. People want to come, have a couple drinks, and forget their problems for a bit. And that's kind of what we bring to the table. And we've developed a real exceptional reputation as an energetic, fun live band as a result. And you can see those results in our download appearances. The first one in 05 or 06 was kind of the third stage out in the parking lot, and the second one was kind of the secondary stage. And then last year we did the main stage of Download, and main stage of Bloodstock and that sort of thing. So, and another reason for that is we've played everywhere when we come to the UK. We don't just do Manchester, Birmingham, London, Liverpool, whatever. We do all the cities. We go to Exeter and Yeovil and Margate and Rugby and Grimsby and Middlesbrough and Stourbridge and everywhere in between, and we like it. We don't care whether it's main stage of Download or whether it's a sold-out biker club in Grimsby. We play the same show because people pay to see us do our thing, and we take great pride in that. So I think all of those things have kind of really helped us become a really popular touring act over here in the UK that continues to grow. I mean, this is our biggest tour that we've had yet. Most of the shows have sold out already, and if they haven't sold out, they've been jam-packed, and that's great to see.
Do you have a favourite place then? One of those weird, like, you didn't hear of it until you came on tour and you would find out that you were playing a show kind of towns, somewhere where...
Well, I mean, there's a lot of towns like that, I mean, I've been to England a bunch of times, like with the WWE, but you're playing big arenas, But like I said, the other night we played Dublin before many times. We just played like a punk rock club called Fibbers, and it was insane. It was like one of the craziest gigs we've ever played.
That is a damn good venue.
Yeah, people getting like carted out of the front row because it's too hot, and they're getting crunched, and not in a bad way. They're not getting hurt. They just can't take it anymore. So we're up on stage, and they're getting carried off stage around us, and I mean, every gig is special in a certain way. Especially when you come over here, because you never know what you're going to get. Like, everyone always thinks, okay, London. And London is a great crowd, but Nottingham is always insane. Glasgow, Scotland is always crazy. We're playing there tomorrow night. So that would be a place that I knew it existed, but I never played shows there. And now when you see that on the list, and even Manchester, I know when we were putting together this tour, we only wanted to do like 10 shows or so and keep it kind of really generalized, or keep it very specific so that people would have to come from a lot of places. And this was a day off originally. It was the last show booked because Manchester came in, and you guys really need to play in the northern area or whatever it is, and you don't have a show in Manchester and people are demanding it. So I was like, all right, well, let's do a show in Manchester. So I'm expecting it to be a lot of fun tonight as well. But like I said, any show you play over in the UK, Ireland, Scotland, Wales is always a blast.
And you got to look forward to it as well, because I've been to this venue several times. I have never been part of a line that stretches round the block before. It is a sold out, packed venue tonight. It's probably going to be more people getting carted off due to the intensity. I think Fozzy's great. That would be a great slogan. They'll rock you so hard you can't take it anymore.
yeah, too much rock. But I mean, and that's like, if you come to our shows and you're a Fozzy veteran, you know what to expect. Get ready, put on a helmet. You're going to be chanting between every song. You're going to be jumping up and down. You're going to be singing along, and there's a lot of that. Every song we have something in between, and we structure our sets that way. There is no downtime in a Fozzy set, and if there is, I make sure that it doesn't happen again. We don't want that. We want it to be, our whole mindset is the Queen at Live Aid principle. If you've ever seen Queen at Live Aid, it's the famous show. They had 20 minutes, they went on, they body blow, headshot, knockout punch, see you later, off the stage they go. And there was never a down moment, never a dull moment, and it's one of the greatest gigs, if not the greatest gig of all time. That's our mindset. We don't want any downtime. We don't want any dull moments. We want it to be, from the first song to the last, a total marathon of rock, So I think when people haven't seen us, they kind of leave going, what the hell just happened? What happened? We don't even get it. We don't even know what just went down. We just know that it's like getting hit by a bus. You're walking across the street, boom. You don't even know what happened. You just know that you got hit hard. Except for when we hit you hard, you like it. And that's kind of our motto. That's the way we play our shows, and that's the way we structure the set, and that's the way we put together band members of everybody on stage is a star, and everyone on stage is moving the whole time, and we take great pride in that.
That was very much the way I felt. I've seen you guys 3 times now. It's always been festivals, so I'm looking forward to this tonight. It's the first club show. But yeah, you climbing up the mixing towers, amps getting thrown every which way but loose. It is like being transported back to the 80s in a way, that kind of really crazy 80s vibe, although hopefully without too much overdosing. And then that kind of, it really does blow you away.
If you look at great bands, I mean, I think of seeing Nirvana a bunch of times in the 90s that were just crazy. It was fun to watch because you never know what was going to happen. Rock and roll needs to be dangerous, and it's really not anymore. And that's what I like about it. Not dangerous and you're going to get hurt, but dangerous and you just don't know what's going to happen next. Unpredictable might be a better term. And, whether we're playing main stage of Download or whether we're playing a smaller stage at the Ruby Lounge, we command the stage, and we're well adept to playing any type of area. Give me a space this big or give me a space 50 yards wide, and I'll fill all of it through the whole show, and so will the rest of the guys in the band. So once again, I always can tell when there's people who've never seen us before, because they're usually standing like this. And that's
surely they're just in awe of Jericho.
Well, but that's the thing. It's not just Jericho. It's never been Chris Jericho's band. It was never structured that way. It's never promoted that way, and it's not. I'm just one guy in 5. I'm the lead singer. It's like you go to Iron Maiden. It's not Bruce Dickinson's band. Sure. You might know Bruce more than anybody else. You might like Bruce better, but there's still an Adrian Smith and a Dave Murray and a Nicky McBrain and a Steve Harris. And we have the same elements in our group. So there's Billy Gray fans, and there's guys with Rich Ward tattoos, and then that's the way we like it, and that's the way it should be. This is a band. It always has been, and it always will be.
There is a question I've wanted to ask you for a long time. I've been doing this now, rock journalism, for about 2 years professionally. I've always wanted to interview you and ask you this particular question. Don't know how it's going to go. There's a lot of pressure here. You are, in my eyes, already a modern-day Terry Funk. Do you feel that you are a modern-day Rob Halford or a Bruce Dickinson yet?
I don't know what you mean by a modern-day Terry Funk. I'm not sure.
In the sense that you have your outside interests, but you come back, you work these great programs, and then you kind of disappear again for a little bit, and then you come back, you do great programs, you split. You don't give everyone too much these days, in a way. You kind of come back, you do an interesting program, then you do your outside interests. So just in that kind of sense.
It's really not outside interests, though. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be in a rock band and I wanted to be a wrestler. So I've always done both. It's just that wrestling took off first. But I have demos that I recorded in 92, 93, 95, 97. I was always playing music. It just, wrestling was bigger. And then over the last few years, Fozzy's kind of eclipsed as far as the mindset of the priority, I guess, has been more Fozzy. You can see that by the time that I spend in wrestling. And it's not like, okay, I've got time off from the WWE, so I go to Fozzy. It's the other way around. I do WWE stuff in between Fozzy tours and in between some of the other stuff that's going on. I've been very smart over the last 10 years in building the Chris Jericho brand, and wrestling is a part of what I do, but it's not by far the biggest thing of what I do by any shape or form. And sometimes that confuses some of my fans, but I really don't care. You know, if I never wrestle another match again, I'm happy with it. You know, I've done all that I ever wanted to do and more. I still like going back from time to time because it's fun, but when other things come up, things that I've been working on for a long period of time, they start paying off, and then you got to be there and spend that time on that as well. So I've always lived my life doing what I want to do and what feels right to me. Not for money, not what other people want me to do. If I listened to what other people want me to do, I never would have gotten into wrestling in the first place. Everyone said I was too small. I never would have gotten into rock and roll in the first place. Everyone said you'll never do it. So I learned a long time ago to be really happy with what you're doing career-wise. You have to follow your heart and do what you feel is right and commit to it. And if you commit to it, you'll make it. You'll do it. And thankfully, the majority of my fans follow me throughout everything that I do. And if they don't, thanks for being aboard as long as you were. Thanks for being a part of it. And if you feel like you have to go your other way, then that's cool too.
We will have to wrap this up very shortly, but just on that subject of building the Chris Jericho brand, are you doing any podcast recording while you're over here, or is this like a break from that while you're touring?
No. I never take breaks, man, ever. Yeah, I've got I think 24 weeks of podcasts in the can. Wow. I bank them, and I have them all scheduled. And if new interviews come up that need to be, you know, timed, like Samoa Joe, I just happen to say, oh, he just left TNA, I'll get him in here. So, but other than that, I have podcasts, I believe, all the way up until May, and all I have to do is just record the intros and the ads and the outros every week, and I just do that. I have a portable rig I take with me everywhere. You know, I did it in the hotel in Nottingham after the show the other night. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is really shitty, so I got to hold on to it, like send it the next day. Yesterday, the Wolverhampton Wi-Fi was better. So yeah, I have it all mapped out and ready to go. So I have, like I said, podcasts for about the next 3 months in the can already, with dozens of other potential interviews and ones that I'm chasing down. But over here, as I'm on tour, there might be a couple interviews that I get here and there. But if not, all I have to do is just record the intros and outros, and I'm golden.
All right, then. Well, we'll wrap this up then. Do you have a message right into the camera for all our readers at Get Your Rock Out?
I'm scared to look in the camera. I'm nervous. Yeah, just you know, really excited to be back in the UK, and like I said, it is the second home for Fozzy, and always excited to be around wonderful people just like this guy and all the people at the sold out show at the Ruby Lounge tonight. And if you want to see more places that we're playing, come check us out, FozzyRock.com, or just Google it. Where can you find the dates? Google it. That's where I find all my dates. Where's AC/DC playing? I'll Google it. Where's Fozzy playing? Google it. Don't be lazy. Just be cool.
Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me, man. I know you're a busy man. Have a good show tonight.
Thanks, man.